Anyways, this is Jennifer Cramer Lewis, and I am an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator and also a Right Riches for You Certified Facilitator. And I just want to talk about something that's coming up in my coaching business. And so I work with people to help them grow their coaching business to the next level without blowing themselves up. And so many people have this point of view right now that basically anybody can do what it is that they do. And is that really true? Can anybody do what it is that you do? And so I'm here to tell you that nobody has the same life circumstances, life experiences. Nobody's taken the same courses as you. Nobody actually has the same skill set as you. And so one of the things that you might want to have a look at for yourself is it actually true that somebody can do exactly what you can do? And I'm here to tell you no. So don't say that again. What if you actually had a look at what your specific talents are in your business? So say you're a facilitator. What are the things that you actually love to facilitate? Do you have special capacities with bodies? Do you have special capacities with business? Do you have special capacities with families? Do you have special capacities with like money and finance? And what is it? What's your special sauce that you bring? One of my clients says, well, what if your special sauce is like a 5-course meal? And yeah, what if your special sauce is like a 5-course meal? And so just having a look at that. Yeah, does anybody have any questions? I'm gonna go cancel here. How did you get so lucky? Hi, Shruti. Hi, Carmel. Yes, we've got 6 people on. Who's playing with me right now? So what do you have questions about? Yeah, so I kind of just wanted to go off on this topic about magic. And so I put a post on my Facebook talking about any sufficient, hi Carmel, any technology that you can't explain is indistinguishable from magic. And so what if you actually didn't have to explain what it was that you did? And so here's another discussion that we can have today. So I notice that people who are explaining access consciousness to potential clients or, you know, even their own business, like say they know Reiki or they know some different alignment therapies, they spend a lot of time talking about the mechanics of what it is that it does for the body. Whereas people are actually more interested in going to the destination. So say just for example, you're going to Hawaii and they stop you at the gate and they want to tell you every single thing about the plane. You're like, wait a minute. I just want to lay on the beach and have a mojito and feel my toes in the sand. I don't actually want to know about the mechanics of this plane. So check that. Are you talking more about the mechanics of the plane or are you talking about the destination? So what is it that you provide in your services? You know, like what's your special sauce? One of the things, I'm like a straight shooter. And sometimes I have a trucker mouth. And so, you know, if you're looking for somebody who's super refined, I am not your coach. And thinking about that for yourself. Are you going after a marketplace that actually isn't the marketplace for you? You know, are you trying to be somebody that you're not in your business? You know, are you one of those kind of people who just goes 50 miles an hour no matter what? And, you know, you seem to attract clients that are really enjoying that. However, you make that wrong about yourself. And so what happens is when we make stuff wrong about ourselves and we say, oh, I wish I wasn't that, then we actually attract clients who reinforce that I wish I wasn't that. And so let's have a look at some questions here. I acknowledge I facilitate and empower. Wonder what magic I can create to have more and more clients. Okay, so what I do notice, Shruti, is that some of my clients have lots of barriers in between them and the clients. And so it can be setting up an elegance of systems so that you always know who your next client is, when they're coming, and you know weeks in advance that, you know, these are the dates that the clients are coming. And I noticed that actually works quite well for me. I know when my free time is. I know when my clients are coming. I know when I can, you know, slip away and have a little time to myself or, you know, spend time with my husband and spend time with my kids. And so think about an elegance of systems. Do all of your systems go away if a client wants you every single day? And does that actually work for you? So if it doesn't, then don't say yes. We don't actually have to say yes to every single client that comes our way. You know, if a client is not the client that is ideal for you, you know, money doesn't have to be the primary currency of choice. You know, if somebody's throwing money at you and they're not an ideal client, if it sucks your will to live to work with them, no matter how often they want to have you, are they a true addition to your life? Access Consciousness has a question. What will my life be like in 5 years with this client? And what will my life be like in 5 years without this client? Does this client actually add to my business? Will they refer other clients to my business? Do I feel more energized when I'm working with this client? I'm excited about the possibilities of working with this client. And, you know, these are all questions that I do ask myself before I take on new clients. So you might want to try that, Shruti. Ask some questions and then ask the universe to show you where these clients are. You know, how can they find you? So we got Chelsea. You look gorgeous. Way to be. Yes. Thank you. I put some makeup on. I was a little pale this morning, Chelsea. Thank you. So we've got Carmel. Carmel, did you have a question? We've got Patricia. Oh, hello. Chanan from Turkey. Hello. So excited. We've got Bobby. Yeah, so just having a look at that, you know, like I can see one of the people on the line has home parties. And so, you know, who do you know that would like to introduce you to your ideal clients as well? I find that some of my best clients refer me clients, and then they end up being super fun to work with too. So one of the other things that Gary Douglas recommends is that we get on the phone and talk to people. You know, like find out what's going on in their lives. And what if you had absolutely no point of view? What if you just said, you know, Tuesdays is going to be my, you know, talking to people Tuesdays? And, you know, just get on the phone and, you know, if you only end up talking to 4 people on a Tuesday, you know, what can you add to their lives without being salesy or without, you know, asking them specifically and directly for business? Because people are so used to all of these sales messages coming at them, and, you know, they don't even really know what to do with them. It's like you turn on the TV and it's like, you know, buy this, buy this, buy this. And then you turn on the internet and it's like, buy this, buy this, buy this, you know, and then people are sending messages out via Facebook Messenger. And so, you know, buy this, buy this, buy this. And so people don't actually connect with people anymore. And so how kind would it be for you to just get out your client book? Like I've got a, you know, just a binder, just like this. And, you know, it's got my client intake forms in them. And, you know, just like phone the people and find out what's going on in their lives. You might find out that you phone them. Quite often I'll phone people and they'll be like, oh my God, I didn't even know how you ended up phoning me today. And I'll be like, well, the universe asked me to call you today. What's going on? And, you know, 20 minutes of your time could change somebody's entire life. And what would that be like if you're in a transformational type of business, like a lot of my clients are? What would that be like to just give somebody 20 minutes of your time? And there's somebody that you already know, what they're about. They probably like you, they probably trust you, and you could probably add so much to their lives. And so that's another thing that you can ask is like, you know, if I add this to my business, say, you know, talking to people Tuesday to my business, what will my business be like in 5 years? And get the energy of that, you know, like how many people actually would just love to have a conversation and they don't pick up the phone because they think it costs money to talk to you. And in some cases it does cost money to talk to you if you're offering facilitation. But if you're just offering a pep talk, then what the heck? Hey John Bourne, how's it going? Yeah, so you guys pop in, ask some questions. I just thought I would jump on here. For those of you who joined late, I started the Facebook Live talking about how people say, oh, well, anybody can do what I can do. This is something that you can learn. Well, yes, I mean, there are alignment therapies like Access Consciousness or Reiki or therapeutic touch, like a whole bunch of different things that people are using in their business. And yes, people can learn them, but the magic, like the alchemy that you be with what you do, your special genius, is not something that's replicatable. And so have a look at that. Hey, Penny. So who have we got here? Let's have a look and see who's playing. We've got Penny, we've got Dawn, we've got Bobby, we've got Shruti, we've got Paula, we've got Carmel. Who else have we got here? Let me just see if I can scroll up. Yes, love the weather here in LA. Well, I'm living in the Okanagan now, so we're rivaling you for beauty. Nice. What questions and answers can I ask to bring me more peeps who struggle with substance abuse? Yes. So, one question, Jackie, that I would ask you to ask yourself and anybody else who's listening is, where are those people? And how can you get yourself in sort of their periphery? There's lots of different societies, the John Howard Society, any of the AA stuff has a spiritual component to it. And the nice thing is Access Consciousness doesn't ask people to get rid of anything that's working for them. They just continue to use those tools and the tools of Access Consciousness. And there's also a whole component of Access Consciousness called Right Recovery for You. And those are beautiful books. So you might want to have like an intro night and invite somebody from the John Howard Society or from any of the Al-Anon society to just have you present that in like a little 2-hour workshop. Some of the tools, like how does it get any better than this? And also like, what would be a good one? Light and heavy, actually, would be a great tool for somebody suffering from substance abuse. Because most of the time, it's not because the people are, blockheads. It's probably because they're way too sensitive. And so they have to dial it back with alcohol or drugs rather than, that's what they're doing with the drugs. So the bars does a whole bunch for people with substance abuse problems. Any of the body work, like biomimetic mimicry, for anybody who hasn't heard what biomimetic mimicry is, it's a really gentle hands-on process, and it takes away the component of having to fit in with your surroundings. So where you feel like, oh my God, I'm totally the black sheep of this family. Biomimetic mimicry allows you to be like, yeah, cool, I'm the black sheep of this family. And then also another tool that I would use with people with substance abuse is interesting point of view, that I have that point of view. So, I mean, there's dozens and dozens and dozens of tools. Especially the body work, my gosh. So, what invitation can you be for working with people with addictions? And, like any kind of people that have needs. One of the things that I'm looking at in my community is working with people with fetal alcohol syndrome. So, what is it that you love to do, and what can you add to their business? And if you stop discounting you and started treating yourself like a real proper business, and go out and make phone calls on Talk to Me Tuesday, what would that be like? And it's not like cold calls, for God's sakes. Maybe one of these times you guys could jump on the Audacious Ask and we could have a whole entire call about how do we talk to people in a way that is invitational to them, rather than like, hey, here's, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Because people are so used to that. Buy my stuff. And they're like, I don't even fucking know you. How do I buy your stuff? So if you feel like when you talk to people about your business that you're a little too pushy, or that when you talk to the people about your business, you feel like you can't be pushy, because when you can't do something, it removes all choice. And so we could definitely talk about that on another installment of Audacious Ask. So does anybody have any questions before I go? Yeah, so let's just close this out with a little bit. Oh, I'm a phenomenal, conscious, benevolent salesperson where no one can be the same, but I'm not paid well as a freelancer. Okay, so you set your prices. And quite often what I've noticed is people say yes to a price that's in resonance with you. And so if you remove money as the primary currency of choice, what is it that you're actually worth? And if you could remove that as a currency of choice, if you can remove worth as a currency of choice, what is it that the people can say yes to? And once you have them saying yes, and then you let them know what their price is, you know, I mean, this is probably a whole nother component of Audacious Ask. But anyways, how does it get any better than this? This is Jennifer Cramer Lewis, and I would love for you to stop discounting your magic. And so I have two invitations for you, one of which I have a Facebook page called the Audacious Ask, and you can click around and find it. We go live on Mondays for an hour worth of facilitation, and the first 5 people on the Zoom call get a chunk of my time and can ask specifically about what's going on in their lives and get some facilitation via Access Consciousness tools. And then I also have another invitation for you. If you haven't seen this yet, I have an amazing 90-minute call that I did, complete with videos and PDFs and clearings, called Unlocking You. And it is about the incarcerations of financial abuse. And so anytime somebody told you that you couldn't have something because of money, including you, financial abuse was what was happening. And so this is an amazing, potent call. People have really unlocked a ton. And so I'll put the link in the comments, but if you go to bit.ly/unlockingyou, you can get a hold of that recording and listen to it and start unlocking the incarcerations of financial abuse that may have been perpetrated on you by you. And also from your family line and any other lifetimes where you've allowed yourself to be so broke that you didn't even have any choice. So anyways, this is Jennifer Cramer Lewis, and I'm so pleased to have talked to you.